Hey y'all, today we are making some homemade chicken nuggets. Now I'm calling these Copycat McDonald's nuggets only because these are they look more like the pressed nuggets you get at McDonald's, but these are going to be way better. So what you're going to do is start out with in this case, we're going to use 1 chicken breast. You need about 1 pound of chicken. Now, if you want to use a different kind of chicken, feel free, use whatever you want to. Y'all know I rinse my chicken and I trim it. That's what I'm doing. But do whatever you want to do. And I'm going to do this in the food processor. I don't know if you can do this in a blender, probably if you have a powerful one, but I haven't tried it, so there's that. Now, my food processor bowl, you might not can see, is sitting over there on a food scale because I was just going to use 1 chicken breast, but for the purposes of this video, I wanted to be able to give y'all measurements. So I am going to weigh the chicken as I throw it in there, and that way I can let y'all know that 1 big chicken breast is about 1 pound of chicken. Okay, for anybody who doesn't have a scale or doesn't want to figure out or doesn't care or whatever the case is, 1 good sized chicken breast will work for this recipe, okay? Not a little bitty one. If it's not enough chicken, then all your other ingredients are going to be, too much. Y'all know what I'm saying. You saw the size of my little chicken breast there. So anyway, you're going to want to cube this up. You don't want to throw just a big old chicken breast in there because it's going to be harder for your machine to process, and we don't want to tear it up. So I am just going to chop this up into little cubes. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just making sure there's no fat, gristle, bone, or any of that. So you're going to dump that right over into your food processor bowl. And like I said, you can use whatever cut of chicken you want to use. Whatever works for your family will be perfectly fine. And the printable recipe will be in the description box for y'all, along with the cooking instructions. And if you want to freeze these and then reheat them, like to have frozen chicken nuggets, those instructions will also be down in the description box for y'all. So I'm just trimming up the rest of this chicken for another recipe. But we're going to use the 1 chicken breast that we chopped up. So to our 1 chicken breast, we are going to add in 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. Now don't freak out and think this is going to be cheesy. It's not. It's not. I'm telling you, you're not even going to really know Parmesan's in there. It's just delicious. So then we're going to season it up a little bit. We're going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and then we're going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. We're going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now, you can adjust the seasonings if you want to. I wanted these, this amount of seasoning, in my opinion, is enough seasoning that it tastes good, but it's not so much that it overwhelms the taste of the chicken nugget. Because if you're trying to fool your kids, you want it to taste like, you don't want it to taste too elevated, but you absolutely can elevate it if you want to. So to bind this all together, we're going to add in 2 eggs. Now, you can double, triple, quadruple this recipe. I don't know if I would double, triple, quadruple the amount of egg you put in it. I would kind of play that by ear if you do more than what the recipe I'm giving you is. But everything else you can do with what you will. So, there's a hole in the top of the blade, and I always forget that. So I ended up with cheese all over the counter. So once you get everything into your food processor, that's it. We're not adding anything else to this. It's super easy, 3 ingredients plus seasonings. So that's way better than the stuff you get at the store or McDonald's for that matter. So you're just going to process this until it comes completely together, until there's no more chunks of chicken in there. And you can see now it just kind of looks like wet and goopy. As it processes in your food processor, you'll see that it starts to thicken up and it kind of forms, see how there's like a ball going around? You want it to get a little bit thicker like that because you don't want this, that way you'll know everything is good and mixed in. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. I know, y'all, it does not look appetizing at all, but trust the process, okay? So now what you're going to do is get it ready, get your air fryer racks ready. Now, don't talk about my air fryer racks because I cooked something earlier and I just, I'm just reusing. I didn't wash in between, but it was also chicken, so it's okay. So I'm laying them on paper towels just so I don't get the chicken all over my counter or the cooking spray. So if you have air fryer racks like this, you're going to do them just like I'm doing. If you have a basket, you're just going to spray your basket and then it's the same process, okay? So now I'm just taking this little small cookie scoop and I'm going to scoop up. And I did this to just kind of keep the size consistent. This is about 2 tablespoons, I think, roughly about that, between 1 and 2 tablespoons. And this will make, if you make them the size I'm making them, this is going to make about 20 to 22, 24, somewhere around in there, that many nuggets. So if you try to shape these in your hand, you're not going to be able to. This is a wet and very soft mixture. I keep wanting to say dough. It's definitely not dough. But what you're going to want to do is like scoop it out onto your air fryer rack or tray or whatever you're using, and then press it down into a shape. That is a lot easier than trying to hold these in your hand and shape them. So I got 9 on here, but I had a little bit of mixture left in there, so I kind of scooted them around a little bit so I could fit 1 more on each tray because we didn't want any of this to go to waste. And that's it. We're going to put these in the air fryer. Well, we're going to spritz them with a little bit of cooking spray for an extra crispy coating. And then we're going to put them in the air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. If you like your nuggets softer, go to the low side. I like mine extra crispy, so I always cook them over to the high side. But everybody's air fryer is different, so just watch yours. And you're going to want to flip these halfway through. Now, I changed my trays out, but I also wanted to show you just flipping them over. And see, they're cooked on the bottom too. But you do, because it's chicken, we want to make sure that it's 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the center. And then this is what they're going to look like when they're done. Like I said, I like mine extra crispy. These are delicious, okay? They're a crispy on the outside, but they're not dry at all on the inside. Now, I've never done these in the oven because I want them to be crispy. But, I mean, I'm sure you could bake them in the oven. You just won't have probably a crispy nugget, So this is what they look like on the inside. I just wanted to show y'all that they do look like that pressed nugget that you get like at the store or at McDonald's or something. Look, dropping them. That's terrible, terrible. But they're super, super delicious. And you can kind of see that they're, where they're kind of juicy in the middle. Y'all, these are so, so good. So if you've been thinking about making nuggets at home, now you found the perfect recipe. All right, that is all that I have for y'all today, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.